Welcome to Keep It Tight.
Welcome to Keep It Tight.
Are you well?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up to date with things?
In the news?
Well, I don't know.
In the world?
You're going to tell me something, but I don't know what you're going to tell me.
No, I haven't keeping up to date with absolutely anything. But I'll tell you, I'm downed tools.
Yeah.
I've downed tools on the comedy front. I'm out of it. I'm in domestic mode. Mm-hmm. I'm at home. I'm weeding. I'm fucking getting rid of doing the stuff we were talking about last week. I'm still at that carry on. I did watch Love Island the other night.
Oh, yeah.
I thought my Love Island days were behind me, but you see, Daniel's watching it. The uncle is watching it. So you see, you realise, he's watching it up in the living room because normally he's on the phone down in the room on the iPad. Yeah. But he was up in the sitting room and I thought, well, I'll sit down and watch it. I was tired anyway, so it was a little opportunity to sit in the fucking sofa and the double whammy of I'll spend time with this boy.
Yes.
It's hard to find the opportunities, isn't it? To get them to spend time with you. Oh my God, that show is insane. It's insane. This is where they're all learning about relationships and relating to each other. But it's incredible. It's like to put people in an environment where they are competing for people's affections.
I know.
Don't think I'd be able. I don't think I'd be able. If I was rejected, like publicly in front of someone, and there's another fella over there, and you're flirting with him, and he's flirting with her. Oh God, I thought he liked me. Now he's flirting with her, and nothing on them. The girls, everyone's waltzing around.
I know, God, but you're just sometimes you'd be like, would you love to put a hoodie on in the evenings?
They do, yeah. You'll see the odd one.
The odd hoodie.
Later.
Is it a communal?
It is very hot.
Is it like a communal hoodie? You don't see much of the hoodie.
No, you don't. There's the odd time there's something on them at night, but no, it is very hot. But walking around naked is that's their comfort zone. That's what they're in most of the time. They're trying to find a place to hang a mic off a bikini.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult. But it's just, I've said this before.
Yeah.
I just do feel like the girls are way more exposed than the boys.
Yeah.
They don't have their tops on and they're in shorts. But they're men. Men have been taking their tops off on building sites.
Yeah.
Do you know, men have been taking their tops off forever. They don't have breasts. They don't have a bra. It's not a thing.
I know.
Whereas the women are all boobs. Okay, they're very small. They're not topless, but they're very tiny tops. But the thong bikini, since that came in, it's just like
I wouldn't be
there's
able.
nothing left to the imagination. It's just we're all walking around, and every time they have a chat and the girl walks off, she's walking off and you're getting a good look at the arse and you're judging the arse. You're judging everybody's body constantly. Now I know they must, all the judging and the looking, it's kind of done, I'd say, in 24 hours, 48 hours.
Yes. It's like that show.
It's like being on a nudist beach.
Did you ever see the show Naked and something like Stranded and Naked, but it's a survival show where they go and they are literally dropped somewhere completely stark naked.
Oh my God.
So it's like a kind of a Bear Grylls-y kind of thing.
Bare naked grills.
And your man is down hunching, trying to make
not a bad time.
Yeah. Your man's hunching down, benting, trying to start a fire with his Mickey hanging out.
Yeah, well, that's the nudist thing. I mean, you're naked. You're naked.
I've no time for the nudist people.
Have you ever been on a nudist beach?
Deirdre, what the fuck do you think?
have. Did you not give it a go, ever?
No.
Out of curiosity, I did. I went to a nudist beach in Greece.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity?
Yeah, I just thought...
it's tits and Mickeys. What's there?
Well, I wanted to see it. I wanted to experience it. I wanted to be there. I just thought, no, I want to go there.
Okay.
Well, actually, it wasn't me driving it. It was somebody who was in our group was driving it, saying, no, I always go to the nudist beach. They're quieter. They're nicer. There's less people on them. It was this kind of a thing.
Okay.
And she quite liked getting
Sounds like something.
And I wasn't ready.
Okay.
I went to one years later, and I was very delighted and comfortable with myself. Oh, this is quite enjoyable.
It kind of sounds
But
like
they're mad.
Yeah, but like kind of saying, oh, they're quiet or they're nice. It kind of sounds like the people that say they go to a strip club because they do a good burger. It's like, okay.
Here she goes. That's just exactly like your little toaster comment there last week.
Do you know what I mean?
Anyway, very quickly.
Yes.
As in, like, 10, 15 minutes, you're bored of looking at bodies.
Of course.
They're nothing.
Yeah, I know.
They're absolutely nothing. So I presume it's the same in the Love Island house. Once you've taken everyone in, and you spend a good bit of time, you've taken in that body, you've taken in all the bodies until a new person comes in and there's a new body to look at.
Yes.
But I'd say very quickly that...
Yeah, because you're all kind of wearing the same thing. The girls in bikinis, the lads are in shorts.
Yeah.
You get used to it. But look, it's not like I'm going to be heading in there anytime soon. I was telling you there now, I'm coming up to my birthday. I'm going to be 42.
Yeah.
I think, look, I'm at an age now.
So young.
But Deirdre, my mother said to me, she's talking about my birthday.
Yeah.
And what would you like? And then she said to me, would you like a pashmina? And I was like, what? She's like, a pashmina.
Oh, that's lovely. But the pashminas they were a thing years ago. I haven't heard anybody even mention the pashmina lately.
But do you know what?
They come back in.
But I didn't even say no because I was like, I actually saw somebody the other day who had a kind of a summery thing on, but had a kind of a throw thing and it looked really good. And I was like, that's where I'm at now. That's the age I'm at. I'm 42. I'm talking about pashminas.
Yeah, you did say no eventually. You did say actually no to the pashmina.
I didn't say no to the pashmina.
Oh, God.
Oh, but I was just so
your
random.
Mother's going to drop £100 on a cashmere pashmina for
No, because but she said to me, she's like, oh, so obviously you don't want clothes or anything like that. I said, no, sure, I'm up to my eyes in clothes. And then just out of nowhere, she goes, do you fancy a pashmina? I was like, what? I was like, have you seen a pashmina in a shop that you thought that'll do?
What was she thinking? I'm trying to think.
Where am I going?
Where would you wear a pashmina?
You know, it would be hard to wear.
If you were on the nudist resort, it'd be grand for the supermarket.
Yeah. I don't think, like the pashmina, it'd be fairly tricky on stage and stuff, wouldn't it? Lobbing the pashmina around.
Well, sure, you wouldn't have any room for a microphone. You'd be wrapped up like a mummy.
Yeah.
So definitely won't work on the stage.
I don't know. I do see these videos sometimes.
They're for the evening. They're for when there's a nip in the air. I mean, the pashmina was invented for the nip in the air.
Yeah, I know.
And they are a lovely thing. Like a wide scarf does the same job.
True, yes.
I'm singing the praises of scarves. I've finally learned.
Yeah, you're
oh my God, Deirdre, you don't need 4 layers. Actually, if you just wear a jacket and you have a scarf with you, that will do. Such is my fear of the fucking cold. I have a terrible fear of the cold. Fear of cold and I fear of being hungry.
You really do, because I've seen it in action many times.
The cold?
The cold and the hunger.
Yeah,
because you would just turn to me and say, I'm a bit cold now, love. Are you a bit cold? I'm quite hungry. Are you a bit hungry? I've seen it in action. And I think, oh God. And I do start to panic, say, we need to get this woman warm. We need to get this woman food.
I know, but I need to teach myself to just, like, I can't stand being cold, Emma.
Yeah, I know.
I can't stand being hungry either. There's no point in being around me. I'm very irritable.
I know, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Same with the cold,
Yeah, so that's what's going to be happening. I'm going to be clocking up to the old 42 now. Fairly lively. 42.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that's old? You're not even...
No, actually...
You haven't even clicked into... the perimenopause is kind of...
Nothing yet. But wait till I tell you, I was in the shop the other day with my son, Tommy, who is 11.
Yeah.
So Joe is out taller than me. Tommy's not far behind.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was getting Shane a few beers. I said, I'd get him a few beers. I surprised him now with a few beers. I were up the till. And your man on the till, young fella, very slow. Very slow. Okay, and I'm like...
My pet hate.
Yeah, I'm like, what's this old bag? Get the item scanned. I have a bag. The card's here. Yup. Let's go. Then he turns to me and he kind of has like a German accent. I wouldn't be sure, but you know what I mean? From that neck of the woods in Europe. And he says to me, please take this as a compliment. And I was like, Yeah.
Can I have ID?
He goes, are you over 18?
Emma was thrilled with herself.
No, it might have been...
No one's going to ask me, am I over 18?
I know it might have been inappropriate. My son was there, but I did start breastfeeding him. So I love that in your gab.
God. That's how your brain works, yeah.
No, I was genuinely shocked, and even Tommy was like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Ridiculous, yeah. Cop on.
Yeah.
Cop on.
And I go, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Oh yeah." No, I was like, "God, I'm nearly 42." And he's like,
I'm nearly 42. Thanks very much.
Sorry. When I said I'm nearly 42, I didn't say it. I'm nearly 42. And he says, yeah. And then he goes, oh yes. And he could see him trying to work it out in his head. And he goes, oh yes, and this is your son. And I went, yeah.
Thought you were the nanny.
No. I was like, does he think I'm hanging out with him? Because we're like the same height. I was like, does he think I'm a child as well? I was like,
this would be all the peels, all the chemical peels, and all the work you've done. The BLT and whatever else.
The BLT. Yeah, I'll have to go back to... Do you know what? It was a terrible experience. I thought that I wanted to end it, but I'll have to head back to facial rejuve and say, what else are you going to do to me?
I had a chemical peel during the week.
Oh, yeah. How did you find it?
My skin for the following 2 days was magnificent.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you can't see it now.
Oh, I know when you leave, it's like, yeah.
It was the next day, and the following day, it was just glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's
when did you get
my friend who I go to for the HIFU and who did the endo lift for me. That's Mr. T and Mullingar. If there's anybody near, if you're looking for a face person, like
Mr. T,
as in the Botox, chemical peels, HIFU, any of that, Mr. T. I'm calling him Mr. T. Is it like Mr. T Aesthetics? He's in Mullingar Shopping Centre. Just there's Tesco, and he's to the left of it. Oh my God. And also his wife, they work as a double act. Now, by the way, I have my own face woman, Clodagh O'Shea, who I love and adore, who's in the Beacon. But so I have Clodagh, but he does the odd bit and bob for me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mr. T.
And the wife, they're both...
Pity the fool who's not going to Mr. T.
They're both Indian, and the wife runs the shop. The two of them, they are like a comedy duo.
Oh, yeah.
The first time I went to him, she was on holidays and he was not coping. I think I told you about it. And he said to me, my wife is away and I am not coping. I am not coping. The house is a mess. Everything is falling apart. I am not coping. I'm going to have to go on early on holidays. He said, he just couldn't handle it. He couldn't believe the fucking state of the house when the wife was gone. He couldn't stay on top of it. He was just like, I don't, how does she do this? How do you do this? How do women do this? How do you run a house? And she has a job. Oh,
yeah.
Anyway, then I met her. The next time I went back, she was back.
Okay, yeah.
And I realised, she's running the ship here, yeah.
Completely. Yeah, she's in charge.
They were making me laugh.
Oh, nice.
Cracking me up to do. Little double act, yeah. Very funny. But he is so patient and explains everything. Really takes his time. I like that because, most places you're going to get this stuff done, it's kind of like there's a bit of time pressure. It's okay, come on in, Deirdre. Okay, let's go. And they're not talking you through stuff. He's very methodical, explaining. Just really careful, really good. Yeah, I highly rate and does not charge Dublin prices.
Oh, okay.
It's worth the drive. Worth the drive to Mullingar. So that's my plug for Mr. T.
Okay, nice. Chemical peel.
Deserves the chemical peel was gory. He threw that in, by the way, complimentary, not just to me. He said, no, everybody who comes to me for Botox, I give them a complimentary chemical peel.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I mean, good idea. It's so nice. And the work he put into the massage, and it was a proper facial. Proper gorgeous facial. And then this might sting a little bit in the peel and down. Just felt like my whole face was just refreshed and clean.
When that lower jaw engages, I know you're fucking serious. You're like, clean.
That lower jaw, yeah.
Kabir, you were saying to me, you said something to me, and then we got distracted. You said something to me about Super Nanny or something. Super Nanny.
came up on my phone as a podcast. She was being interviewed by an American, and it was the rise and fall of Super Nanny.
Oh, interesting.
And I realised this Super Nanny ran that whole show for 20-something years.
Yeah.
She was like a superstar. And as he said, there was no other Super Nanny. She was it. Jo Frost was her name.
Yeah.
She is Super Nanny. There wasn't like, oh, and now here's a splinter group and we have another Super Nanny over here.
Yeah,
like,
very true.
They never found another one. It was just her. And so I started listening to it on the way in, and it was all about like your credentials. What were your credentials? How did it happen? Do you know, she just literally saw like a little ad in a paper. Do you work with children? It was this vague. She worked with children. At this stage, she'd been working with children for 17 years. But like, she wasn't called a Super Nanny, right? But she'd learned so much. She was helping people.
Yeah.
You know, people with problems, families with problems, that kind of thing. So she saw this little ad in the newspaper and innocently went down to London for like an interview. And she said she was the last person in. They'd seen about 10 people. And she said, yeah, no, I'm doing this 17 years. And they said to her, would you be interested? Would you let us like film you with the family? She goes, yeah, for a little while, as long as it's all above board and everyone. She was never. She'd never been in front of a camera in her life.
Okay.
They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't even know what the format was going to be. They just thought.
They had a vague idea of something.
A vague idea of people. There's a lot of people who have problems keeping their kids under control.
Yeah.
They caught wind of this and they thought there must be something we could do. And obviously, I'd say Super Nanny was just like a title they came up with, and they thought this is something. Anyway, you know, things went from strength to strength, and the next thing they rang her and said, "Well, would you be interested in doing this TV show?"
Yeah.
Her first show got 5.2 million viewers. She said, I didn't even know what that meant. They were ringing me to say, this is the viewing. But she was like, now I know. But you know that she only did a couple of seasons in England and then it went straight to America and exploded. 20 years. I mean, to go from just having a regular job where you work with children to becoming like a superstar, I mean, nanny.
That was a classic reality TV.
Yeah. It was the time when reality TV was exploding. Yeah. And that's probably why it happened. Everyone was racking their brains, come up with an idea,
I wonder was she one of the first to have the crossover from UK to US?
Oh, I think so, because her crossover was fast.
Yeah.
She couldn't come back to the UK because the demand in America was so big. It's such a huge country, you see, America.
Yeah.
You'd never like not be able to find people or have the problems that we have, or you wouldn't have enough celebrities, or you wouldn't have enough of this.
Yeah, it was kind of odd, and then it faded into the background. But actually, recently I saw one of, a few of the kids from Super Nanny have obviously been standout, and there's clips of them on TikTok or whatever. And one of the girls that had been on it, who was quite, can you say, infamous child? She was on one of those Channel 4 dating shows. Or was she on Celebs Go Dating? I'm not sure. But I recognised her straight away. But you
recognised her as a child from Super
because
Nanny?
In Super Nanny, she was running the gaff.
At what age?
Oh, like 9.
And you recognised her as an adult?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. I was like, there she is.
Wreck the head.
Yeah.
Wreck the gaff.
Absolutely. You'd upend this child.
And she obviously got a taste of the cameras and decided she wanted more of it.
Well, I hadn't seen anything about her until that. Because, you know what I often watch? You don't see Super Nanny on, but fucking Kitchen Nightmares, it fucking cracks me up with Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
So I think he was after. Obviously, he did the UK one and then straight out to America. And oh my God, there are so many episodes of Kitchen Nightmare. It's unreal. And when he goes into the place and he goes into the fridge and he starts reefing the shit apart. The mouldy this and the whatever, and all the, he's constantly clapping his hands together.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's so funny. But
I
it's
know,
such
it is
that's a real
entertaining.
formula
It is
show where he
entertaining,
goes
yeah.
in, reefs the place out, changes the menu, and they're all the same. They're all just taking stuff out of the freezer and throwing it out at people, and people are like, this is muck, and and then he leaves and all that.
Yeah, but Super Nanny, getting back to her, she was a real original. I mean, had you ever heard her Time Out? Like, she invented
I was just about
Time
to
Out. No, Time Outs became very controversial.
I know.
But as she said, they're back again, kind of, because people realise, actually, it's just a boundary. It's just a boundary that you need to set.
I used to do it with Ella.
But what's wrong with it, Emma?
I kind of, do you know what? It's funny.
I mean, I did it as well. I didn't do it in a, I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
But I did do it a handful of times, I think.
I did it, yes, a handful of times. And I do remember one time, it was always just, simple stuff or whatever. And I'd be like, right. I was like, you could sit and step on whatever. No, I never did I think sometimes you do 5 minutes. I probably do 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
But recently I was thinking about it because maybe I saw a Super Nanny clip or somebody, and I was like, I was cringing for myself. Time out. I was like, fucking stay here. But what I will say, looking back at it now, though, it actually wasn't even a fucking timeout for Ella. It was more a timeout for myself.
Yeah.
I'm getting really fucking frustrated here.
Yes.
Sit there for a minute. I'm going to go and just breathe.
That's a couple of minutes where you can recalibrate. Where you can just breathe and go, this is a child you're dealing with. You need to calm down.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, grand. And I was kind of like, fine.
But Emma, parenting, Jesus, it's quite the skill. It's such a challenge. And all you know is what you saw done. All you know is what you grew up with. So if you didn't grow up with somebody who was patient or particularly good, they might have been good in 10 other ways, but not good at this.
Yeah.
I know. You've nowhere to turn. You don't have the skills. You don't have them.
I mean, most of it was positive. It was about, having manners and tidying up your own space and, but getting praised and rewarded for being good and good work. Most of them, as I remember them anyway, were positive. But then I suppose when you look at the other reality shows that started coming out at that time, do you remember Super Size?
Super Size Me.
Yeah.
What was Super Size Me? What was it?
So they got somebody.
Was it how much you could eat, was it?
No, they'd get somebody who was obese, right? Had gone to the doctor and the doctor's like, yeah, you're obese, you need to do something.
I'm already depressed.
And then they'd put them in a house with somebody who was super skinny.
Verging on
a different type of eating disorder.
Yeah.
And they'd go
put them together.
And then they'd show all what they ate, each of them. God. And, if it was the skinny person, it'd be like, right, so you had fucking 3 slices of toast that day, a Mars bar and a packet of crisps. You fucking idiot. Then the next one, you'd 7 slices of toast, a bowl of cereal, You fucking idiot. And then they would eat each other's diets. And they would make them sit at the table together.
Christ alive. This is what I call freak shows. Freak TV shows. Freak shows back in the day.
Yeah.
Here's the bearded lady. Yeah. Here's the small man. Here's the tiny,
I know.
People who have real issues.
A lot of them were around food and weight. Yeah. And
it just goes to show you that this is the human condition. Because freak shows are very, when did the freak show exist? We're talking hundreds of years ago.
Did I ever tell you about the episode on Fat Families?
No, go on.
Oh my God. So Fat Families was horrific. So this guy, the presenter, would go out to the family and it'd be like...
Do you remember your woman who used to...
The chubby...
analyse the poo and all that. What was her name?
Oh, Gillian McKeith.
Yeah. God, how did that name come to you so quickly? Gillian McKeith. It's a long time since we've heard her name.
I know. Getting people to shit in lunchboxes is crazy. Oh. And we did it, Deirdre. What the fuck? But Fat Families, lad, you go out to this family, the whatever. the beer belly bandits from Birmingham and all this, and he'd go out to the family. But one of them, and he'd raid their presses and just basically be in their house going, oh, you fat fucks. But there was one woman, oh, it was shocking. There was one woman, right, who her thing was she was hitting the drive-thrus, right? She was hitting the drive-thrus, and obviously, you know, like you're in the car driving up to it while you're eating your food, and you know, so it's kind of the mental thing. If you were asked what at the end of the day, what did you eat, you might forget about the drive-thru, right?
Yes.
Obviously that would happen like plenty of us. What they do, they set up private investigators, hidden cameras, and followed her to go to the drive-thru.
Right.
And then jumped out and said, oh, look, you're going to the drive-thru. You said that you weren't. What did you get? Oh, for fuck's sake. Another woman, they got her she was going to a restaurant or something. And then it turned out that she thought she was walking into a restaurant. It wasn't the restaurant. What they then presented her with was everything that she eats. So not only was she not getting fed, she thought she was going for a nice lunch. No, you're not going for lunch. And while you're here, here's all the shite they eat. Like when they start doing the hidden cameras and following people and all,
but
putting cameras in their houses,
just public humiliation and shaming on a great scale.
And you see, they'd only be with them for like a few weeks. Like, what can you do in a few weeks in terms of changing like lifestyle habits and whatever?
Well, the good news is they can all just go on the GLP-1s now.
Doesn't work for everyone though. It's like the epidural.
No, it works for 90. I think it's something like 90% or higher of people.
Yeah, but what about the other percentage?
Yeah, well, God love them. So I know somebody who I told you who can't take it, just makes them violently ill. I don't know what it costs.
I think it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Someone was chatting to me about the other day.
A couple $100 a month or something like that.
I think it's like a few $100 a month, yeah.
Yeah. But if you've got... This is your health, so if this is the noise and the thing that is ruining your life, you're going to find that money going to be a priority, isn't it?
Will I do those messages?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's do the messages.
We wanted to say when we were here, we had a reel there a few weeks ago.
About the big-headed people from Longford.
Yes. And... the thing that was cracking me up, though, was...
Just to remind them, literally saying about the nurse or whatever, thinking that baby had a problem, and then the dad walked in. They said, oh, God, no, the dad just has a big head. It's fine. We cancel the MRI. That story.
Yes.
Okay.
So one woman said, my husband's family is from Longford, and all the men in the family have massive heads. I was like, oh... So this is very funny to say. Somebody commented this, I'm from Longford and I never crawled as a baby, probably because I was weighed down by my big Irish head. I've heard of a few kids actually that haven't been, that don't crawl.
I told you about this crawling versus bum shuffling. I told you this theory.
No.
Because Holly was a bum shuffler. She never crawled.
Oh.
So when there was no sign of her getting up
and doing
at 18 months... Right?
Yeah.
So what's the average for a child to be crawling and starting to walk? Let's say 12 months? Average.
Yeah.
Average,
I'd say
12 months, right?
Bang in the middle.
18 months. She's still on the ground.
Shuffling.
Bum shuffling. I used to call her the cripple of Inishmaan. I'd say, here she comes now, the cripple of Inishmaan, pulling herself. She would bum shuffle at a great pace, flying around, right? Anyway, 20 months, Emma. Still. Now I was panicking.
Yeah, okay.
18 months, everybody, at 18 months was when people started saying to me,
oh, she come.
Standing? Is she not pulling herself up? And I said, no. Should I be worried? And then there was a bit of, I talked to the doctor. So your fucking head goes into overdrive. Jesus. So 18 months, 19 months, at 20 months, I said, enough, I'm going to the fucking doctor. She's 32.
Yeah.
Of course, there was no Google. I couldn't pick up my phone. If I had a phone, I could have just Googled it and they would have told me.
Yeah.
And to the doctor, I said, should I be worried about this child? She's bum shuffling across the floor, flying at a great rate. But I said, no sign of her walking. And she said, the bum shufflers. She said, the bum shufflers don't need to get up. because they can see everything.
Okay.
The crawlers have their head in the ground. They're like in the gutter, right?
Yes.
They're in the gutter. The bum shufflers are looking at the stars because they can see everything. Whereas the crawlers they're demented because they can't see what's going on. So they start pulling themselves up with the furniture and all, so they have a view. Whereas the bum shufflers can just see everything. So they're lazy little bastards who just pull themselves along on the arse, but they can see everything.
Actually, do you know that's very true? Because any stories I've heard of bum shufflers, they've always been late walkers.
The cripple of it, man. Late walkers, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're always late
20 months before she got up.
So
Christ, I was demented. Real sign of her personality as well. Late to the airport.
My sons have ginormous Irish heads. We're known in Wicklow as the Nugent Noggins for how big our heads are. Irish people just have huge heads. My son was sent to a paediatrician when he was a baby because his head was so big. The report that came back had one line: the child merely has an extraordinary large head. Imagine.
That was the line that came back. The child merely has. Dee used to always say to me, "Oh God, there's a fellow with a very big head. His poor mother." She always followed that up with his poor mother. She just straight away be thinking of the birth and the large head.
But it does make a difference.
Of course it does, Emma. You're giving birth to a child with a big head. You're in trouble.
Every millimetre counts. My baby was born in the UK. I'm from Donegal, and they were worried he had water on the brain because he had a big head. We had the scan, and literally nothing wrong with him. For the other two doctors were told not to worry, just a big Irish head. So it's obviously something.
We got hundreds of comments on this reel, and loads of people going, "Yeah, I'm from Longford. Huge. I have a huge head." Huge.
But as well, it seems to be happening. We had the same in London. Our son Keane was 3 months and having a checkup in the clinic. The doctor was worried about the size of his head. Luckily, the nurse knew us and said, "No, I know the family, and his dad's has a big head. I'm not from Longford, but Derry." So Derry has the big heads as well.
Is it just Irish heads?
We were told East Clare had particularly big heads. My daughter is in the top 2 percentile of head size percentile. Woohoo, winning.
There's a percentile. There's actually people are measuring this.
Yeah,
officially.
Because like they measure the spine and measure everything.
I think if I married a lad with a very big head, I would have an elective cesarean.
Would you?
Yes. I'd be too scared. I'd be going, no.
Let me just check now if there's Oh, okay. I just want to read out this comment. I think I have a huge head. I went into a hat store in Barcelona and the guys behind the counter couldn't believe me when I stated my hat size. They got out their measuring tape, and when they realised how big my head is, they called their father in from the back to see the Irish freak.
Oh my God. The hat makers had never seen a head this size.
The family.
That's where this all came from. Us trying to see could we find wedding hats to fit us.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. The family of hat makers came out to have a look because her head was so fucking big. It's actually... But somebody did a study on it.
Oh.
Somebody did a study on it. I remember having a look at it. And looked into is there any truth in it? Like, do Irish people have a bigger head than the average person? And I think the result came out that maybe by a hair, but there wasn't enough to scientifically call it they've got big fucking noggins.
Good, I'm pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
We don't want to be the ones with the big heads. That'll be a new low.
What do we have?
Bad enough that we're the whitest.
Well, we're pale.
Well, I told you before, we're the biggest purchasers of fake tan in the world.
Yeah.
In the world per capita. So that's enough. I think being the whitest, we don't need the biggest heads as well.
I've seen a few people doing the whole thing of the no fake tan and all the rest of it. And I'm like, fair play to you.
Yeah, fair play to you. It won't be me.
But it really just gives people a lift. I feel like don't take that away from them.
No.
There's a place actually in Lucan that I want to try.
Oh.
That is a 24-hour tanning boot thing. So not obviously a sunbed What's a spray tan thing?
A 24-hour boot thing.
So basically, you rock up, right? And now, hang on, I might actually lose you here. You basically, what you do now, stay with me. I might lose you, but there is a QR code.
Oh God!
But it's in? I'm pretty sure it's in Lucan, but you can book it at any time. So you could be coming home from a gig, and you go in. There's nobody there to deal with. You go in.
Oh, it's like a car wash.
It's like a car wash. So I'm sure you type in or you scan or whatever you do.
Oh my!
Beep beep.
God.
You go in. I'm sure it locks behind you. You strip down. You choose your settings, whatever you want. Do your stance.
Oh my
spray,
God.
Spray, spray, spray. Turn around.
So
spray,
there's
spray,
no
spray.
humans. So you don't have to put on that manky thong. You can go in naked.
Yeah.
And the machine could break down and you could be left naked in the middle of the night trying to get a spray tan for yourself. And the fucking technology fucks up. And the next thing, you've no phone. You're after getting spray tanned. You're going, oh Jesus, no clothes on me. That's where my head goes.
And I've only the front half of me tanned.
Not trusting the AI robots are going to spray tan me, which is all very well, until something goes wrong. And that would happen to me. I'd be left naked there in the middle of the night.
A couple of things to clear up.
Yeah.
It's just a boot, so it's like a machine. There's no AI robots. There's no
the
robots.
machine. I'm calling the machine the robot.
Yeah.
Okay,
just don't want to freak people out. Yeah. It's not going to be a robot spray tanning you.
Yeah, no, it's just a machine.
I don't think you're not locked into the boot. Like you're in a room.
I was in a machine before, years ago, where you didn't have the machine sprayed you.
Yeah,
like a car wash.
Okay,
shite.
Oh,
because it missed patches. Like, only the human eye can kind of go, oh, I missed a bit there and I missed a bit there. There's no spray that you can point, like, oh, here's 6-8 different nozzles going from different directions. You're still going to fucking miss a little bit.
So it was shite, was it?
It was shite. Now, this is probably more advanced, but
I'll let you know. I might give it a go.
The other downside is it's in Lucan. Look, I wouldn't be going. Lucan to me is just like, where? What? As far as I'm concerned, that's out where the buses don't run.
Okay, so that's Lucan.
I'm like, no.
You see Lucan, I'm like, well, at the right time. I wouldn't be going in rush hour.
I always remember the night when I was doing Dancing with the Stars and there was a module in our company, a very high-flying, good-looking woman, and we were going out on the town. I think we might have ended up in... what was the place we went to on Dawson Street? Can't remember the name, but anyway, nightclubby place. We had a great all night.
Yeah.
And John, who was my dance partner, was with us. And the next thing, John was hammered and we were trying to get him into a taxi. And the model was there. And she was going, well, where do you live? Because she was trying to see if she'd be on his way. And he said, Tala. And she lit her face. She went, no, love. Nobody's going to Tala. It was just like, she was like, oh, sorry. You're on your own. But you should have seen her face. It was just like she didn't know. She just couldn't comprehend Tala. What she actually said was, Tala, where's that? And then it was like, I don't know. I don't need to know. It's never going to enter my life. I'll never need to go to Tala.
Yeah. I'm not going to start tonight.
No, I'm not going to start tonight. And I feel like that about Lucan.
Somebody...
I've now just lost a load of people who are going to buy tickets to come and see me.
I was like, are you doing a whip in Courtney's?
Yeah, I've nothing against Lucan.
Yeah.
Nothing. Courtney's
it's a bit far out
great
for you.
Venue. Yeah.
Speaking of taxis, I remember...
I can't tell you where it is, though.
What do you mean?
I'm a bit confused about where Lucan is.
Well, it was kind of added
it's out there
on.
At the Red Cow Inn, isn't it?
It was added on.
I know because Sharon Mannion lives out there.
Ah, yeah.
I've got it now.
Yeah. Speaking of taxis... I remember one time I was working in this place and this girl had started, like she was new, she just started just before the Christmas party. And me and another girl who worked there, she got hammered. Anyway, this girl, absolutely hammered. And I can totally understand, it's a whole lot of new people, now it's the Christmas party, you would be thinking to yourself, geez, get them drinks into me. Hammered, I mean, paralytic. We had to take her home in a taxi. Got her into the taxi, only problem was she couldn't tell us her address.
When you can't get the address out of your mouth.
We whittled it down to the road. We had her out of the taxi. The taxi's still there.
And you can't
We
give
said,
your
don't
address.
drive off. Because it's on the company card, you see. So we were like, don't drive off. We've no problem if you rack up that bill.
Oh, yeah.
So we've one, each of us has an arm under the other arm. And we're dragging her up and down the road. And we said, is this the house? And she's looking up to see if that's the house. She's looking up to see if she said, I don't know. She's looking up, I don't know. She fell into a bush, right? A bush it's like front of a house.
How
right?
do we get ourselves into these states?
Oh, and she got, as you say, is that your front door? Is your front door red? She goes like this. She goes, huh? Into the bush. Not proud of it. We actually just left her in the bush for a second because we said, let's just have a think about what we're going to do here. She's in the bush. She's safe. She can't fall any further. Leave her there.
Safe enough in the bush, yeah.
What are we going to do? Should we knock in there? So I think we knocked into a house.
Geez, you're trying to find a
house. We were like, we have Claire there in a bush. Do you know?
Do you know a girl called Claire? On the road?
Like, what's her second name? So I think eventually what we had to do is we had to ring somebody to go into like the work system to try and get her address. And I think we're still around the corner from our house, like. I think the taxi ended up costing 160 quid or something, which should have been like 20.
Oh my God, you took that long to find the house? Oh,
it was Krypton Factor. It was like, wow. Oh my God. It was like she was hammered. It was just
I can still get the address out.
She couldn't get it out. I can still see her.
It's hard to imagine that someone can be so far gone that they can't tell you.
No, you see, this was before Google Maps, so they couldn't even look like you go into home now, wouldn't you, to see what it was? Well, never. I can still see every time I had to fly up to see.
Oh,
that was her house. God. And then she'd come back into work. She'd only been working with us for a few weeks. So everyone was like, oh, Claire likes a drink. Oh, Claire. Yeah, she's a fucking dancer.
And did she really like a drink, or was it just a one-off disaster?
I think she actually did like the drink, in fairness.
Okay. She may get herself on the GLP-1s as well.
I think she was a young one, and if she had to go out and do these work things, I think she's just one of those people.
She's just an inexperienced drinker.
Yeah, she probably had 4 drinks, and you know what I mean.
Food and 4 glasses of wine. That's the end of it.
I don't think she was hammering them into her.
That's the end of it.
Yeah. But yeah, God love
Madness.
her. I have to go off and watch Toy Story 5 now with my children.
Oh, you're actually going into the cinema?
Yeah, Toy Story 5. Would you believe?
Well, we all love Toy Story so much that's one of the films you wouldn't mind going to see.
Yeah, true, because there's some real clangers.
Apparently Tom Hanks was very emotional when he was doing the voiceover because it's the last one.
Oh, wait,
there won't be a Toy Story 6.
Because
this is it.
Did you ever see him as well? All the toys and whatever that they did for Toy Story. Some of the times when they needed to record his voice, he wasn't available, so they got his brother to do it because his brother has the exact same voice as him. Yeah, so in some of the Woody toys, it's the brother. Oh. So I mean, even just to say, like, it was a real family affair. His brother got a payday out of it as well. Lovely, do you know what I mean? That's kind of gas.
Well, I have to say, I think his voiceover on Toy Story is probably, it's up there as one of the greatest voiceovers of all time.
Yeah.
Isn't it Woody? That character, Woody, and the energy he gives it. Like,
yeah.
Jesus,
the expressions out of Woody.
That is exceptional fucking talent right there. I put it up there with, I would say most people would say if you were to pick one of the best voiceovers in the world, Shawshank Redemption probably comes up as one of the tops. I'd say Woody Toy Story is a close second.
Yeah. Now, will I fall asleep during this? Probably, but...
You probably won't, because it'll be very loud. Yeah. But also, Emma, when you're watching things with your kids, what do you watch? They watch the screen.
Oh, yeah, you watch them.
You watch them.
Yeah, they wanted to go.
Your little face just constantly looks over to see what their reactions are.
Are they having a good time?
Am I being a good parent? Are they loving the film? Oh, what are they learning now?
You're just constantly looking at them the whole time. Christ. # making memories. Pathetic.
God, it's incredible the language we have around things now. Making memories is new. Yeah. It wasn't a thing.
No.
God,
it was just like fucking... Well, it wasn't making memories. It was close that fucking door.
How did I survive this
I don't know.
without technology really in my life? I just don't know how the fuck I got around the country without Google Maps.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to.
How'd you find anything?
I remember Alice just asked me, but I used to bring her when I was bringing her to parties and all that. I was constantly late. And I remember somebody had a party. Oh, Jesus, where was I? I don't know where the party was.
It was before Google Maps, anyway.
Before Google Maps, and I would print out me AA route finder.
Oh, dear God.
And I'd be in a heap. I'd be sweating.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And I'd be trying to look at that. And I have a 6-year-old in the car with me. And I'm bringing her out to this party. And I ended up in Dublin Airport.
Oh, jeez.
You know the side, the old side of Dublin Airport where all the weirdo plane watchers go. I ended up out on that road.
I know exactly the road. I've ended up there a few times trying to get to Castleknock School.
I was just looking around going, where the fuck am I going? Always
I know
late.
those back roads. Yeah. My father used to work in the factory in Ballymun. He was the cattle dealer. Yeah. He bought the cattle for Larry Goodman and the Ballymun factory.
Oh.
I know. And I used to go out for the odd visit.
Oh, yeah.
To see all the white helmets out and the slaughtering of the cows. And
the white helmets? What's that?
The hard hats. The hard hats, the butchers.
So I thought that was a Dublin entendre or something, the white helmets. That's so crude.
Hard hats.
Okay. Go out to see the white helmets. Like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah. There was a documentary about Larry Goodman recently.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, did you watch it? No, I think I watched the first half, but this is just a memory that's coming back to me why did I even mention this? It's just that back road to the airport, that's where the factory was. Anyway, he used to buy the cattle because he'd been a cattle dealer all his life. I told you my father would pull in at the side of the road. If it was a field full of healthy-looking animals, he'd pull into the side of the road and say, God, there's a fine animal in there now. And he'd be able to tell you to the penny what you'd get for what part of the cow and what you'd get for this part, that part, and the other part. What he'd offer for them. So he was the man. I think he was quite tough, I think. Well, he likes to think he was very fair, but he was the man that you brought your cattle to. He'd give you the price.
Very different fathers. If my father pulled him on the side of the road, because he'd be saying to me, mother, ask him where this fucking place is.
Yeah, no, there was plenty of that as well.
It was always tense in our car.
There was plenty of that as well.
Did I ever tell you, actually, did I tell you about the time my dad was driving and he got food poisoning in the middle of driving?
Dear God.
Oh, dear.
As in, like, projectile vomited and got sick
in the car.
Oh.
And us all screaming.
Oh.
We were screaming like it was alien. We didn't know what was happening.
Oh.
Because he was literally just driving and there's like, duff, and then, and then starts puking.
Because one thing when the baby is doing the baby sick, because we've all had that.
No, but
the driver.
But his cars were constantly breaking down, constantly didn't know where anything was. Always eventful getting into that car. Would never not be something happening. So, I mean, thank God I have Google Maps.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, when you were talking about route finder there, I never had that. I missed that. I wouldn't have had a printer route finder. So I never had anything. I wouldn't
have gone anywhere.
Yeah, what did I do? People just stayed in their own vicinity.
Yeah.
You didn't do what we're driving all over the gaff now. But
I know.
Back in the day, people didn't. You just stayed in your own area.
Yeah.
You didn't.
It's good.
You might have got the bus into town.
Yeah,
but
it's
then
good.
You weren't driving.
It's good for our gene pool, I think, to move it out of our own areas, isn't it?
It is, apart from the fucking stress of.
I know.
The roads and the M50s and getting lost. But anyway, yeah.
I'll have to go to the cinema though. I'll be late. Even with me Google Maps.
Are you going now? Yeah. Yes, Deirdre, I am. It's time. Have we talked for nearly an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so Emma has to go and see Toy Story 5. You can tell us all about it next week.
Yes.
Happy summer, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine.
You're having a good one.
Nice weather at the moment. Makes all the difference.
And we'll chat to you soon.
Adios.
Bye.